what do you got over there on the news front? You said something about Odell Beckham Jr. is afoot or a knee now for the Browns.
Last week, Odell, it looked like he was going to play, but it was going to be a game time decision. He ultimately sat out. Well, this week, Kevin Stefanski, it's Wednesday, already ruled out Odell Beckham for his game, for the Browns game this week against Houston. So something's going on there that we're not getting the full story if he's already getting ruled out on a Wednesday.
Or he's just not fully ready, which happens with knee reconstruction. And the Browns are good. The Browns have an opportunity to be great. And obviously a healthy Odell Beckham Jr. is the one who can help them with that elevation of good to great. It's entirely possible they can do that on their own. But I totally think this is something, obviously we're not there, and Stefanski knows his team and he knows Odell. Just let him get ready, and then when he's ready to come back, you unleash the full OBJ and off you go. Right? I mean, do you need him against the Houston Texans? You shouldn't. I'll be very honest with you. You should not.
I think you guys are overlooking Houston.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Tyrod's the Michael Jordan meme now. He's just taking it personal.
No, I get it. I get it. Overlooking Houston? We're overlooking Houston. If the Browns don't beat the Houston Texans at home after what they just did and looked as good as they did and in Kansas City, then that's a big problem. They should win this game, and they should win it by 2 scores, and they should protect their home turf, and they should beat the crap out of them. An elite team in the AFC should take a team like the Houston Texans on the road, feeling good about themselves, and just tear them apart. That's what they should do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, let me just ask you this question. What if the Houston Texans strolled into Arrowhead this week? What would you expect?
Well, I would expect the best team in the league to take them out.
Right. So if the Browns want to be the best team in the league, they should take them out.
But they're not, because they played a half in Kansas City. Everyone got so excited after a half of football.
They can be one of the best teams in the league.
They can be, but they don't play like it.
I get it. We're talking about the same
thing. And so now we're
thing.
just looking past Houston because why? Because they decided to deactivate their great player. They hired a guy who probably shouldn't be a head coach in the NFL. Like, what are we doing? They won a game. They beat down a team that had a lot of hype with the number 1 player and a new coach, and they looked amazing. Tyrod Taylor looked like a top half quarterback in the league over the weekend.
I get everything that you're saying.
Mark Ingram looked revitalized.
See, to everybody out there nationally hearing this, maybe in our beautiful nation's heartland or anywhere southeast, the great upper Midwest, this is what 2 East Coast people sound like when they talk about something they agree on.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you, Chris.
Okay.
It
just seems to me like you're ready to anoint the Browns already, and they've really done nothing to deserve a crown.
That's, first of all, I've not been trying to anoint them with a crown. I've been trying to anoint them as an elite NFL team, which, by the way, a team that went to the divisional playoffs, a team that finished in the final 8 last year, and you could do the math, that's the top quartile of the National Football League. They should take a team that is as downtrodden based on their roster and everything that might be going on in their locker room, and I'm sure they feel great about what happened last week. They should take them and bring them back down to earth. That's what the Buccaneers would do to the Texans right now. That's what the Chiefs would do to the Texans right now. That's what a handful potentially of NFC West teams would do to the Texans right now. If they're coming to their house feeling good about themselves, this is what we're going to do. Okay?
Browns are big favorites, 12.5 right now.
And obviously a town that just hired Kenny Mayne is very excited about the concept. Yeah. So they agree that the Browns have been anointed by the powers in certain parts of this country as an elite team, and they should do it. And they should not need Odell Beckham to do it, because that's what elite teams do, is they're deep enough roster-wise to tell some of their all-world, athletic, unicorns, chill, get ready. And I'll tell you this is a concern that we're going to see play out tomorrow night. Should Saquon be playing right now? And this is another thing. Like, do you blame it on the offensive line of the Giants? Do you blame it on the number of tweets that I saw from all 22 people that I follow on Twitter in the NFL world talking about how dreadful the play calling and the scheme of the Giants is?
Brutal. From
our friend the Clapper, our buddy Jason Garrett, Coach Garrett. I mean, the pile-on has begun. How terrible it is and how completely unsatisfactory and unhelpful to the roster. And the fact that Saquon trying to block a linebacker and Solder trying to block Von Miller ran into each other on Sunday is giving an image for all of those tweets to be attached to. That they're out of sync. Saquon hasn't been out there. And the question is he healthy? And he was asked on Sunday, when will he know if his knee is well enough to go on a short week? And he said Thursday. That was his answer. His answer wasn't like, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I feel great. Next question. His answer was to the question on Sunday, when will you know if your knee is well enough to go on a short week? He gave game day as his answer.
That's not good.
And so I'm sitting here wondering, is he out there too soon? And the difference between the Giants and the Browns is the Giants need him out there, and the Browns don't when it comes to Odell Beckham. And they have that luxury, which an elite team should have. And bringing this all together, because I weave a tapestry here on the Rich Eisen Show. I don't just host a show. The Browns are one of the teams that can least afford to fall to 0-2. If they lose to the Texans, then the folks like you who are arguing with me, even though we're agreeing with each other,
right,
get more wind at their sails if it's just the Browns and who are they and they've been anointed and what's going on and Baker doesn't deserve it and what's going to happen.
And if Pittsburgh beats the Raiders.
Am I missing you two agreeing? Because
we did agree. We did agree on that, TJ. He thinks I'm trying to anoint the Browns as a Super Bowl contender. I'm saying they are an elite team now. Their last 2 losses have been against the team whose crown they're coming for in their house. And that is a very difficult proposition, as we all know. Outside of all that, they have been incredibly impressive, and they should show it against the Texans. This is one of those that they should say, this Brock Osweiler Bowl is ours.
Mm-hmm. And also, Chris, the Texans beat down the Jaguars. I mean,
well, guess what?
Rookie coach, rookie QB won one game last year.
And again, if the Jaguars are ripe for it, they showed an ability to do it. Jaguars were
we were talking about the Texans coming into the year that they may not win a game.
That's correct.
So
I made, and I mea culpa. I always, mea culpa. Game day morning on Sunday morning, we come in and out of breaks with some video that our tremendous crews across the country capture on the field, and then we run it back to show some flavor. And we were showing like a marching band, a Texans marching band warming up. And I'm like, the phrase beat like a drum in Houston, that's the whole idea that people are thinking. I thought it was a good line. Mm-hmm. Then Kurt, lone wolf's the Texans, he's laughing. We're not. But that said,
it caught me by surprise.
Tyrod Taylor and the Texans coming into your house, you just, lost to the Chiefs. You want to be elite. You're doing elite things, which is playing some excellent football outside of, second halves of mistake-prone football against the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead, where crazy things can happen. Take care of your business at home. That's it.
Yeah, this game better be a blowout for them.
I think,
or it's going to be big trouble.
Well, yeah, I think they should be able to handle this old handily.
But even if they barely win, if they win by a field goal or 6
guess what?
points,
We can then it'll be great fodder for us to discuss between their next games. But in the long run, there's no pictures in the standings, none. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.